Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show. Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show. 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 7, 8. He's in a happier mood, folks. He's in a very happy mood because for him, at least for 1 week, the curse is broken. Normally, you would say when one team wins, the other doesn't. Well, both his teams won this weekend, and thus he has his team colors back on, at least for the week.
Well, they never leave.
Well, no, but he was not. He had been on a mini boycott, as he was not liking, as he would say, they need to get their shit together. Yes. At least for 1 week, they got their shit together. Took the fifth quarter, but Devontae Adams is that guy. He is definitely that guy. And we welcome you to a Thanksgiving edition of the Mizzle Dub Show, as it is Thanksgiving week, which means Thursday afternoon. You get 3 games of football.
Yes.
Which is always good. First off, let's just say some very exciting college football over the weekend.
Right.
A tremendous game of no defense took place in Pasadena, California. But at the end, those damn Trojans of Southern California got the goddamn win.
Man, just call them the fake-ass chops, bro.
And now they're in the top 5.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say, as I always say, fuck USC, but that's just how I feel. But
that was a good game,
yes,
though.
Folks, we have.
They were going back and forth.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Back and forth. USC spot them a 14-0 lead, and then USC said, home and beer.
Yeah.
Mr. Williams was just simply outstanding, and that's why he's I can't remember the last trophy, but again, Lincoln Riley, I don't know how LA got him to leave Norman, Oklahoma, but
it worked.
In year 1, the program is paying dividends because he has definitely hit first year. It's a struggle, but
yeah,
the Trojans, I believe, are playing the Utah Utes, if I'm not mistaken, in the Pac-12
that will be a good game too.
And that's the only team that USC lost to this season. So,
yes,
God willing, tickets are affordable. I might go watch that game live in attendance.
Why not?
Anyhow, Copa del Mundo is in the background. For those that know, that's the World Cup. And I'm really not that big of a soccer guy, but I do watch the World Cup. And in about 8 minutes, Team USA will play Wales. We've had 3 games so far in the World Cup. Qatar, the host country, is the first to lose their opening game as the host country. They got shut out 2-0 to Ecuador.
Yes.
The Netherlands shut out Senegal 2-0, and Iran just got roped by the Brits, by England 6-2. So, final game of the day in the group play is, of course, USA versus Wales. Then tomorrow, as early as 2 a.m., you get 4 matchups. Yeah, you get 4 matchups. You get Argentina versus Saudi Arabia. Lionel Messi in his final World Cup. Can he finally bring that elusive World Cup back to Argentina?
Yes. Denmark
versus Tunisia. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, my other half. Viva Mexico! Orale! Mexican plays Poland. That's at 8 a.m. And the last of Tuesday's group is Viva la Francais versus France versus Australia. That's at 11 a.m. So,
right. I might be up at 2 a.m. watching. I might put it on in the background and fall asleep too. But yeah, that's awesome. I love the World Cup, man.
Yeah. Well, I know there'll be 2 games going on. Well, I'll get to see Mexico while I'm at work, because I'm pretty sure all the channels are going to be on FS1 and Fox.
Yes.
Argentina and Saudi Arabia will be on FS1 along with Denmark and Tunisia. And then Mexico and Poland and France and Australia will be on Fox. So there you go. Teams are now getting onto the pitch. That's the field for non-soccer fans. They call it a pitch, not a field.
Yes.
But anyhow, exciting college football. I'm sad to see that possibly the last Bedlam match ever take place happens. My Bulldogs take care of business before they play Georgia Tech, before they play LSU in the SEC title game. Michigan struggled without their players, but they still got the win.
Yeah,
they found a way. The Maryland Terrapins almost gave Ohio State a tremendous scare, but at the end, Ohio State gets the win, and that is going to be a hell of a game between Michigan and Ohio State this upcoming week.
Yes.
Kansas State blows up West Virginia. They play in the championship game. Notre Dame has been playing some very good football.
And that's going to be a good one Saturday against SC too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, damn it, go Irish.
You know what? Darn tootin'.
As now they're playing the Star Spangled Banner in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Oregon got the win over Utah. I'm sorry, Oregon got the win over Utah 2017. So if I'm not mistaken.
Did you mention South Carolina taking care of Tennessee?
I really feel bad for Malik Hooker. He had torn his ACL on non-contact. He's out for the season. That's a horrible way.
And that's going to drop his draft stock too. Now that
yes, it is.
It sucks that will do, but that just breaks my heart for that young man because he was playing, as you say, tremendous ball.
Well, I mean, Tennessee's had a tremendous season.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so as it stands right now, if the season was to end today, it would be USC. Well, we already know USC is playing for the Pac-12 title. If Oregon wins the Civil War against Oregon State, which it's had a very good year, they're ranked 23rd. Oregon State is 8-3 on the year. Oregon is 9-2, so this might be one of the biggest Civil War matchups in a long time.
Yeah.
So, and keep in mind, if the Huskies win the Apple Cup over Washington State, because remember, Washington beat Oregon.
Yes.
So, if Oregon takes care of business, they will go to Las Vegas to face USC. If they lose to the Beavers and the Huskies beat the Cougars, it'll be the Huskies going to Las Vegas to play USC. So we'll just, keep that in mind.
It's going to be a good championship game.
Yes. It's going to be a good championship game. So we will just keep that in mind. Now, again, we will get to the NFL in a minute, but just real quickly, kudos to Tank Davis and kudos to Ryan Garcia for doing what Bud Crawford and Earl Spence should have done. They came together and they got a deal done. So Tank and Ryan Garcia, we will finally get, and we will get it next year in April here in Las Vegas.
Yes.
And I already told her, I said, you might have to get take some time off to get your ass up here in April because if Earl and Bud are not going to give us what we want, at least Garcia and Tank will. So kudos to them. They got it done.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we know that.
This has been going on for a while. They've been going back and forth for a while. If anybody listens to Mike Tyson Hotboxing podcast, Ryan Garcia called Tank Davis. No, Mike Tyson called Tank Davis, and they went jawing at it. Look it up. It's probably on YouTube. But yeah, this fight is needed, and it'll be good for boxing.
Goddamn Florida. He'll get it done.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he'll get it done. Anyhow, kudos to those gentlemen.
Yes.
We know that Ryan Garcia fights for DAZN, Tank fights for Showtime, but they still got a way to get it done.
Yeah.
And yes, it will be a joint pay-per-view between DAZN and Showtime. Nonetheless, kudos to those gentlemen for getting it done. I am kind of sad because I was hoping today I will be doing some state championship football games, but it did not happen. But I am totally grateful for the high school football games I did get to broadcast, and I look forward to doing a full season, God willing, in 2023. So now I'm looking on the basketball. But Bishop Gorman did win their title in their league. They blew out the team 70-6. Yes, as in 7-0-6.
Jesus.
Well, as my broadcast partner Tony, who's a friend of the show, who watches the show and likes the show, so shout out to Tony. He keeps saying Bishop Gorman out here is the Alabama of Vegas football.
He has,
and they show why. So kudos to that. So getting right into it, we thought the Packers might go on a run.
Yeah.
The return of Ryan Tannehill, and of course, King Henry said, not so fast, as the Titans get the win in Lambeau Field, 27-17. So the Packers have lost 5 other. I just don't understand what's going on in Green Bay. Yeah. Even though I do think Rodgers has found his target and Watson, the second round pick from
he's come along.
North Dakota State. He's come along. But I maybe it's just not the year for Green Bay. I don't know. But I mean, 3 straight years winning 13 games.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. Does it? But does it mean? Was it Devontae Adams? Was he the main reason why they were in the position they were?
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
Or if he was there, would they still have these problems? That I don't know. But it's just something's going on in Green Bay. At first, Rodgers didn't look like he was interested in football. Then, of course, the week before, football looked fun to him again, and it's pretty bad when your own team fans boo you when you're walking off the field. I think that was a big mistake, but.
Well, I mean, when you buy tickets, and the Packers situation is unique because they don't have an owner. The city owns the team.
Yep. Only team in the NFL that has that.
So I mean, yes, they have a president, they have a general manager, they have all that, but they have no ownership because the city is so dang small.
Yep.
The fans literally own that team. Which I kind of like it because maybe sometimes you should listen to your fan base. Sometimes that might help, and then sometimes you just got fans of idiots, and they're getting ready to start over in Qatar, and USA controls the ball at the midfield stripe, and here we go. U.S. in white, Wales in red, and balls in bounds, and here we go. So, again, game's in the background, so just in case you do get a goal, you'll hear it first here on the Mizzle Dub Show. And it gets no easier for the Packers. You have to go to Philadelphia on Monday night and play the Eagles. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. And considering the Eagles just added one in Dominican Sue to team up with Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham. Good luck with that.
Presence felt real early in that game.
But the Titans, as we've been saying about the Vikings until yesterday, the Titans are the quietest 7-3 team you'll ever hear about. And here's a wow factor. They scored 27 points. That's their season high in points.
Wow.
And they're 7-3.
They play defense. And they just find a way to get that W.
Here's the thing. All the Titans have done is win since Mike Vrabel has been named the head coach back in 2018.
Yeah.
And all the coaching hours back in 2018, Mike Vrabel is the sole survivor. So
yeah. And the only Bill Belichick disciple to be successful.
Well, Bill O'Brien was successful. They won divisions and then they just totally blew it up by
forget about him. Yeah.
Training your quarterback, training your wide receiver, letting JJ Watt just walk off.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, Bill O'Brien and Mike Vrabel, which Mike Vrabel never coached, was not on Belichick's coaching staff. Remember, he came from Ohio State, his alma mater, and then became the head coach of the Titans. But he's done a fantastic job. But I mean, yeah, I mean, their highest scoring points all year was 24 until they scored 27 against the Packers.
Yeah.
But they have a tough game Sunday as they play the Bengals, but at home. A rematch of last year's division round, which the Bengals won on the last second field goal. So,
yes,
revenge game for the Titans. I'll tell you what, the Chicago Bears may be 3-8, but they've been fun to watch the last.
Man, it's tough.
And I'm telling you, give Justin Fields another year or two, and let him build a rapport with Chase Claypool.
Yeah,
the Bears could do some special things on offense in the next 1 to 2 years. I'm just telling you.
I agree.
That and they need to build the offensive line and rebuild the defense again. But the Falcons still in the race in the NFC South. They get the win. They find a way to get the win. They beat the Bears 27-24. Young Hoku, give me some more fantasy points, young man. His right leg gets the win. But unfortunately for the Falcons, the win came at a price. The very good versatile tight end, Kyle Pitts, is likely out for the season. He tore his MCL, not his ACL, but his MCL. Yeah. But he more likely is out for the season. And that's a big, 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 big loss for the Falcons. But the Falcons get their fifth win of the year. They're still in the race in the NFC South. They beat the Bears 27-24. And for the Bears, they can't more quickly because they have to turn right back around. Oh, no, really, no, never mind. We'll get that in a minute. Anyhow, it was a struggle, and it looked like Jeff Saturday might have known something that we didn't know. But at the end of the day, the Colts get the win by a point to stay 9-1. Jalen Hurts, part of the green sea or the blue sea, because he was butt naked, untouched into the end zone.
Man,
scoring touchdowns. The Colts go to 4-6-1. Eagles 9-1. They get the win, but I don't know. Jeff Saturday's got those Colts playing hard.
Yeah,
they're still fighting.
Yeah,
but the Eagles just
the defense was too fast.
Yes.
For Matt Ryan. He couldn't move. That was it. They surrounded him, but they fought. That's one thing they did.
Were we in Detroit, or did Detroit sound like Orchard Park, New York? Because
they did buy the tickets.
Yes, they. Well, this is twice and kudos to the Detroit Lions for opening up their home field to the Bills, as they did a few years ago with the same thing, snowstorm blizzard, and the Bills handled business and won that game.
Yeah,
Hanley also forgot who the opponent was, but they took care of business. It was a struggle because the Browns fought to the very end, because that's just what the Browns do.
Yeah.
But the Bills rebound. They get back on track. They beat the Browns 31-28. And actually, they were consistent in regular football. Devin Singletary had himself a solid game. He had 18 carries.
Give me some points.
For 86 yards. And it again, with the Bills, we always talk about balance.
Yeah.
And it was actually nice of them to actually use another Georgia Bulldog who can run the ball. Of course, we're talking about Dalvin Cook's little brother, James. Yeah. It was nice of the Bills to get him involved because, again, he has some talent. He had 11 carries for 86 yards, averaging almost 8 yards a pop. So, as we always say, if you give Josh Allen some balance, to where he doesn't have to be the leading rusher and passer. And speaking of the AFC East, the Yankees and Red Sox were in a 3-3 tie into the late innings, and David Ortiz decides to hit a walk-off home run. It was 3-3 from the second quarter to the last
on a punt.
About 25 seconds
on a punt.
And Marcus Jones on a walk-off 84-yard punt return. And I did not know until I did some research. And obviously the Jets have to call the Patriots their daddy because the Jets have lost 14 consecutive games to the Patriots. The last time the Jets have beaten the Patriots, Keith, we love you, but we're sorry. The last time the Jets beat the Patriots, Ryan Fitzpatrick was the quarterback for the Jets. And it took overtime to beat them back in 2015 when Todd Bowles was the head coach for the Jets, which happened to be the Jets' last winning season when they went 10-6 and just missed the playoffs. So, Patriots get the win, 10-3.
Ownage.
Yeah, that's ownage. And our friend of the program, Keith, was talking about, you know what, damn it, bench Zach and go to Mike Brown. I'm like, oh, you went there. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, he went there. Just it's I just don't get it. I mean, some teams you just struggle against, and you struggle against, and they just continue to struggle with the Patriots. We'll see what happens. The Patriots just find a way. Their defense has been very, very solid this year.
Yeah,
we really shouldn't be surprised because that's what the hoodie does.
That's what I said. That's why I picked them. I picked that to win. It was hard.
Yes, you did. You got the win on that one. Actually,
it was hard, but I just know the hoodie. It's a good balance going here between USA and Wales.
Yeah, back and forth. No score yet.
Almost. Oh, so close.
Oh, looking to strike. Oh, he went too far.
They had a chance.
Oh! Oh!
They had it. That's two chances they
had a chance with the header and just missed it.
Two chances.
Oh, they are attacking in the
Early.
Wales zone.
Yeah.
Oh, he almost had an own goal.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh!
That was a hell of a cross, too. Oh, hell of a cross. But they're attacking.
I really don't know how much money they paid to even get to Qatar.
Yeah.
Of course, the only Qatar reference I know was from the first Transformers movie back many, many moons ago. That's how I even know about Qatar. Anyhow, it continues to go bad for the Rams. You lose your receiver, Cooper Kupp. Then your quarterback goes in for concussion protocol.
Yeah.
And the Saints find a way. They get the win. They beat the Rams 27-20. Like I said, good game. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you.
Nope.
Saints go to 4-7. Rams go to 3-7. Andy Dalton was very, very efficient. He was 21-25 for 263, 3 touchdowns, and no picks.
Nice.
Wow, actually, Cam Akers ran the ball well. 14 carries for 61 yards.
Well, what do you know?
They gave him the ball.
Yeah, right.
You don't say, but
some things happen when you win the ball. Just saying.
Yeah, some things happen. Well, certainly you or I did not have this. But you know what? The Detroit Lions have won 3 in a row, folks. The Detroit Lions have won 3 in a row. And we kept saying, this team fights.
Yep.
They play for their head coach, Dan Campbell.
Yep.
And it's showing. And
they won in great fashion, too.
Yeah. Well, first off, Jamal Williams, give me some fantasy points, young man, with your 3 touchdowns on the day. And, folks, Jamal Williams is your leading rushing touchdown person in the NFL. I'm going to say this again. Jamal Williams, who gave the passionate speech on Hard Knocks. And we always talk about passion on the show.
Yes, we do.
That was passion.
Oh, yes.
Almost damn near similar to Buda Baker's passionate speech on Hard Knocks in season, talking about I'm tired of losing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamal. Oh, we got a yellow card. Yellow card on USA. That's not good. Don't get red. Red means you're ejected, folks. Yeah, I was not expecting the Lions to go into East thrash the Giants.
No,
but they did. Giants still in the playoff race. They're 7-3. Lions are 4-6, and like I said, if they win on Thanksgiving, Lions are back in the thick of the playoff race, thick of the wild card race. Just keep that in mind. We kept saying this team plays hard to the final gun.
Yeah,
they will run through a wall for Dan Campbell, and we kept saying, let Dan Campbell see this through. Him along with the GM that they got from the Rams. Let him see this through because I'm telling you, this fights.
They're going to be fine. They're going to be
Hutchinson.
fine.
And Mr. Hutchinson, what an interception! Oh my! This kid from Michigan
is a football player.
Supposed to be something special.
He is a
man. But
yeah,
kudos to the Lions. We kept telling you the Lions. Don't sleep on them. They're coming. We've been saying this on the show for the last 2 years and a half. They're coming.
Yes.
Anyhow, sometimes ugly wins do happen in the NFL.
Oh, do they?
And it was an ugly win, but it doesn't matter. An ugly win is a beautiful win in the NFL.
Yep.
Ravens beat the Panthers 13-3. Baker Mayfield returned. He was Baker Mayfield like 2 interceptions.
Oh, of course.
But Mr. Robinson, 9 catches for 128 yards.
Wow.
And yeah, they found the guy.
Yeah.
The Ravens did enough, but they ran the ball for 115 yards, which also helps.
Yes,
and they maintained their first place position in the South as they beat the Panthers by a score of 13-3. Well, it was a good week for my brother, which he has now taken over first place. You now lead because of this week that you had. You got me 2 up in the loss column.
Yes.
So
not how you start, it's how the finish goes.
you're 39, 29. I am, but you took the Commanders.
Yes.
I took the Texans. And again, for the last year and a half, we've been saying this about Tyler Heineke. He's a football player. He just finds a way. And
doesn't he have this? But doesn't he have this Doug Flutie kind of feel? Remember when Doug Flutie came on the scene and it was the Flutie
yes,
and all that? It just
Bills,
had
yes.
just a similar feel to it.
And Wade Phillips made the mistake of starting Rob Johnson against the Titans and not Doug Flutie. And we all know what happened to that game, the Michigan City Miracle.
Mm-hmm.
That said, Robert Burr came out and said, we're going to go with Taylor. Again, that's no disrespect to Carson Wentz. But for whatever reason, this team responds to Taylor Heineke.
Yep.
And don't forget, Chase Young is making his return.
Boy. Oh boy.
So everybody in the everybody did not see this coming. No coming. Damn sure Michael Irvin didn't see this coming. But the Arlington Cowboys go into the Twin Cities. And I mean, this was a huge national game for CBS. You had Jim Nantz and Tony Romo there.
So it was they had the big
they cut you out to the Steelers and Bengals. And they cut you off to the Steelers and Bengals in the middle of the game because it was a blowout. The Cowboys absolutely laid the smackdown on the Vikings. 40-3.
My goodness.
Now again, I'm just gonna say this. Knew the Cowboys defense was damn good. We already knew this.
Yes.
We know who Trayvon Diggs is.
Yes.
We know who Micah Parsons is.
Yes.
But I will say this: somebody better put some respect on Tony Pollard's name.
Please.
Because Tony Pollard
give me some point.
Had himself a game yesterday. He had himself a game yesterday. I mean, 6 catches for 109 yards, 2 touchdowns, 15 carries, 80 yards on the ground. Him and Zeke on the ground can be a problem. And
1A, 1B, you're doing it good.
Dak was very game. Matter of fact, Dak was 22 of 25 for 276, 2 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins certainly will have better days, but I mean, after giving away the game against the Packers, last week, which Mike McCarthy did, and I don't care. I'm gonna say he gave the game away by making that stupid play call in overtime or in overtime against his former team.
Agreed.
To respond like this against a very damn good football team in the Vikings. The Vikings were 8-1 coming into this game, and all season long we kept saying they're the quietest 8-1 team in the NFL. If they like
next to the Titans, their record is the quietest.
Yeah. And I mean, the Cowboys just came in and responded. Now, and I told some Cowboy fans yesterday, mainly the English professor, Mr. Dawson, from the program. I told him, I said, now look, and I told my former boss this, who's also a Cowboy fan. I said, look, you cannot take this momentum and lay an egg against the Giants on Thanksgiving.
No,
because I guarantee you
the Giants are going to play.
The Giants are going to come in pissed off because they let the Lions just have their way in the Meadowlands.
Oh yeah.
So if you're the Cowboys, huge win,
ride this momentum.
Win.
Yeah, you better ride this momentum.
But you cannot lay an egg going into Thanksgiving at home against the Giants.
Agreed.
I'm just saying.
That might have split. That
the Steelers
that right there might have spoiled the pick.
Burrow, he's that guy. He just finds a way to do. Joe Burrow really is not mesmerized by nothing.
Yeah,
he threw 4 touchdown passes as the Bengals rallied to beat the Steelers 37-30 in a very high entertaining game. Najee Harris, T. Hick, without Jamar Chase, just continues the ball. He had 9 catches for 140 yards. Joe Burrow throws for 355. Bengals go to 6-4. They are still 1 game back in the North behind the Ravens.
Okay.
The Steelers fight. This might be the first losing season for Mike Tomlin. If he loses 2 more, 9 is an official losing season. But like I said,
the man has put together many tremendous seasons. So I mean,
So
we know the
Steelers fans call for Mike.
They're not going to fire him,
If Steelers fans call for Mike Tomlin to be fired, number 1, slap yourself.
Straight up.
Number 1. Okay. Number 2, this show, since we have started, has done nothing but praise the Pittsburgh Steelers organization because we have called them one of the best ran organizations in professional sports, along with the San Antonio Fundamentals, because the Steelers do it the right freaking way.
Yep. All the way down.
The Roonies do it the right way. And if you're calling for a head coach that may have his first losing season, but this first time since he's been the head coach, and you want to fire a tough transition, losing your future Hall of Fame quarterback in Big Ben. That was going to happen.
Of course.
Okay. Can you pick it? Who was solid at Pittsburgh, who I think can have a solid learning curve. It's going to happen. But
it happens in sports.
If there's any organization I trust to get it right and it won't take them long to get it right, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Exactly. This is just
it's like our basketball team with the Warriors. I trust. It's like us with the Warriors. I don't doubt anything that Joe Lacob, Peter Cooper, and Bob Myers do. I trust them.
And well, if we want to go there real quick,
just like I trust the Roonies.
Yeah,
I trust.
If we're going to talk about basketball real quick, and the fans, as you would say, let's talk about them Golden State Warrior fans and this media that awakened a beast last night. Because don't think Clay doesn't hear what people are saying, and he don't know what the media is saying and on Twitter. All of just 43 points, but Was I worried about Clay? They do this every year with Clay. We know when we can move on. But thank you for waking up a beast. You got to put that in the net.
That's how many threes Clay hit last night. 10.
Somebody awoken that
oh!
man.
That government USA. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they have been attacking in the Wales zone so far in the first half.
Yes, they have.
Still scoreless in Qatar between Wales and USA in the Copa del Mundo. Anyhow, but yeah. We knew the Warriors were not going to go over on the road all season long. They are the defending champions for a reason. Okay. Again, the Warriors don't care about being the number one seed anymore. Maybe earlier in the run, yes. But now it's about, we just want to make sure we're healthy. We have our guys. Get one of the top 4 seeds, and let's go.
Exactly.
But yes, they beat the Rockets 127-120, and Klay Thompson had 41 of them buckets. And oh, by the way, Wardell, who's been playing like the damn MVP that he is, goes off a 3-3 and says, Houston, go night-night. We'll see you later. Now, back to football.
Yes.
Back to football. Another very entertaining. Whenever these two get together, and I know I hope the game is the time because it involves two division rivals, but for some reason, the Chiefs and Chargers do not lack for drama. Whenever Herbert and Mahomes get together,
it's
like
fireworks.
Mahomes and Josh Allen, it is just pure magic, and it is just pure poetry.
Yeah.
And the Chargers, again, late lead, left too much.
Yep.
You know he's going to Travis Kelce, and you still
can't stop
it. Chiefs win late, 30-27. McKinnon fumbles. Chargers get it. Jordan Palmer had himself a hell of a game for the Chargers. Jordan Palmer was outstanding.
And I think I have him on the bench.
But also, you didn't start him?
I didn't start
him. Oh, no. Damn it.
Didn't start him.
Oh, that hurts.
Yes, it does.
But also, there was a former California Golden Bear that said, "Hi, I have returned, and I can still catch the ball." Keenan Allen made a nice return, 5 catches, 94 yards, even though he did have that fumble. But yeah, Jordan Palmer, 8 catches, a $106, 2 TDs. I mean, I don't know what
that's
more.
Like
just
25 points right
Herbert
there. That's on the bench.
I mean, Herbert was 23 of 30 for 283 and 2 touchdowns. I mean,
talk about efficient.
I mean, what can the man do?
I don't know. It's just they don't know how to complete games.
But that man Mahomes, 20 of 34, 329, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
All to Kelce.
But Isaiah Pacheco gave some balance to the offense. He had 15 carries for a $107.
Ooh.
As this little mighty mite from Rutgers University. Yeah. All 5-10 of them ran for a $107 as Clyde Edwards-Helaire left with an injury.
Oh boy.
We don't know how serious it is. But Travis Kelce, 6 catches, a $115, and half of his catches found the end zone. Travis Kelce is just a freaking animal.
He puts up stats and give me points. Travis Kelce just give me points. I'll take it.
He does. Yeah, he definitely does give you points for sure. But at the moment, now come to the portion to where my guy can actually do happy thoughts because his team found a way 5 quarters, but at the end of the day, we found out what we already knew, that Devontae Adams
is that dude.
Is a bad. What's good about you bust out the brooms and you sweep the Denver Broncos as the Denver Broncos continue to call the Raiders their daddy.
That's 15
I believe that is 6 straight wins.
Yeah, 6 straight
that the Raiders
wins.
have on the Broncos.
Yeah.
So that includes a 3rd straight year
of a
sweeping. And again, as we always do, him and I go back and forth during the games whenever both of our teams play, and just give our analysis. And again, I said this after the first game against the Denver Broncos, and damn it, I'm going to say it again. Dave Ziegler, if you dare, damn it, if you dare, let Josh Jacobs walk out of Henderson, Nevada, without a contract,
it's a crying shame.
John decided to decline his 5th-year option. And JJ is taking a bet on himself, and right now, JJ is coming out on the other side smelling like a rose because JJ has been running like a madman. And you know how JJ gets when he sees that damn orange.
He's undefeated.
Like a man possessed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Once again, 24 carries, a $109 for Josh Jacobs. But didn't find the end zone, but he ran for. We had another 100-yard game. Okay.
But not only Adams,
7. Yeah. 7 for a $141 for Devontae, 2 TDs. Matt Collins, 6 catches, 52 yards. JJ, 3 catches for 51 yards, and almost won the game himself in the 4th quarter if he just would have had balance and would have said
he wasn't running out of bounds. No, that's not his. That doesn't run in his DNA. Running out of bounds is not in Josh Jacobs' DNA.
And breaking news: the USF Dons, that's the University of San Francisco basketball team. They are 5-0. They just beat Northern Iowa 75-69. So the Dons.
Go ahead, San Francisco.
Good start to their season. And also, real quick, some love to the Sacramento State Hornets, who have been a fantastic, tremendous story in Division I, subdivision of college football.
Yes.
Undefeated. And I believe they're ranked number 2 in their division against the Davis Aggies. But the Hornets of Sac State get a 27-21 win, and now they will go into the playoffs, to which actually ABC is going to air their championship game on January the 2nd. Yes. So Sac State finishes their season 11-0. Kudos to them.
Yes.
They've been a fantastic year.
Agreed.
South Dakota State is the Jackrabbits. South Dakota State, they are the top seed in the FCS playoffs.
Well,
so
they're always up there.
Like I said, South Dakota State, North Dakota State, Montana, and Montana State always seem to be the 4, always making a run in the FCS playoffs.
Yes,
agreed. To which I know the FBS won't do that, but maybe the FBS should kind of do the 24-team playoff like the FCS does. And
I agree.
Mix it up and do it that way. Why not?
Yeah, mix it up.
North Dakota State, as mentioned, the Bison, they are the defending national champions, and they've won 9 of the last 11 titles. Of course, that is the college that Trey Lance and Carson Wentz went to. So they do win there. Montana State and Sac State, co-champions of the Big Sky Conference. That's the conference that UC Davis and Sac State plays in. So who are they playing in the first round, or do they get a bye? I think they get a bye. I'm trying to find the tournament title. Okay, so the top 8 seeds earn a bye. Okay, so there we go. So Sac State gets a bye, so they don't play this week. So
nice.
They get a week to prepare. But again, they have been a fantastic story. And if you have not been a game to Hornet Stadium in Sacramento, go. They're just a good team.
Disappointing. I haven't even stepped foot in there.
Well, for the list of things, they have got some very good defense because they have scored 457 points this year. They've only given up 240.
Whoa.
So that's a 200. That's a huge difference
That's
in between points for and points against. Let's see. Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
So that's a plus 217 in scoring for Sacramento State. That's doing some big things for
Impressive.
the Hornets. But kudos
Very
to them.
impressive.
Kudos to them. Shout out to them, and definitely good luck. Definitely will be rooting for them to make a run
indeed.
in the FCS playoffs. But anyhow, I know you've been very critical of your team. But again, and I'm sort of kind of gonna bash a little bit of your fan base because I know not all your fan base goes this way, but Raider Nation, some of you guys really do not deserve Derek Carr.
I agree. Agreed.
And I'm gonna say why. Okay, as you know, on this show, me and my brother always preach. You want to bring people that want to come to your organization and want to change the culture and make a difference. We have preached this ever since we started the show back in 2020, going on year number 2. Okay. Derek Carr, since he got there in 2014, he has not wanted to go nowhere else.
No.
All he has wanted to do is turn around the Raiders and make them a winner again.
Agreed.
Okay. And I said the same thing with Alex Smith. How do you expect Alex Smith to be anything when every year new verbiage, new playbook, new offensive coordinator, new head coach? Derek Carr's going through the same damn thing most of his career.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, 2016 will forever be the grand because we don't know what kind of if he doesn't break his ankle against the Colts. Okay.
Agreed.
What he did last year, of the job he did, the job Mike Mayock did, and Rich Bisaccia to rally this team to make the playoffs, given all the crap that went on with John Gruden and Henry Ruggs III. Okay. Now this year, you watch his interview last night after the touchdown. Okay. If I don't know nothing else, I know this. I know number 4 and certainly number 17. And number 4 and number 17 are on board with Josh McDaniels. And I know a lot of Raider Nation's not. But if your 2 alpha males are on board with the coach, and they're riding with him, everybody else in the locker room need to take those two guys' lead. Because if they're on board, everybody else needs to shut them and just get on board.
Agree.
Okay.
Definitely agree.
I mean, so we will see what happens. But at the end of the day, they get the
let's go
sweep your division opponent. Doesn't matter what your record is.
1-0 USA.
We got a goal?
We got a goal.
Oh.
Oh, no. Yes, sir.
That is my best impersonation of Andres Cantor, the famous Spanish announcer. Well, the goalie came too much out of the box, and that leaves an opening.
Oh, yeah. Just a little scoop. Good thing he wasn't offsides. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Now all I got to do is just hold.
Just a love tap.
That's all it was.
Yeah, just a love tap.
That's all you got to do is just tap it in. It was perfect.
Oh, he used the side foot.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
There we go, USA.
USA gets the first lead at the 36-minute mark here in the first half.
Just keep attacking.
Grass stains on the knees.
That's all they got to do.
And a kiss to the heavens. That's all they got to do.
Just hold it and keep attacking.
And Wales, bumming. All right, breaking news.
Here we go.
But anyhow, 1-0 lead.
1-0.
1-0.
I would just keep attacking. Keep running that.
Yeah, go attack the net. So anyhow, what did you like from the win? What did you not like from the win?
Well,
give me your thoughts on what you saw yesterday in the Mile High City.
Well, I saw the sideline have a lot of energy. It wasn't dull.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, within the past few weeks, there's been nobody supporting nobody. No, there's no clapping, no slapping the helmet, none of that. They were just like they were lethargic. So I like the energy they brought. Of course, Josh Jacobs. Every time he sees that orange, he's gonna put a display on. Not having our left tackle and the offensive line holding together and giving Carr time to throw the ball, and even the run game was good. So very impressive with how they handled that, because we did miss our best lineman in Colt Miller, excuse me. So that was great. It was nice to see somebody else getting towards the quarterback instead of Max Crosby. That was good. There was a lot of energy. Tackling was better, and damn it, it's a good thing when Denzel Perryman is on the field, because that man can tackle.
And again, I'll say this, and he's been much maligned, rightfully so. But again, Cleveland Farrell's had himself a solid season in his walk here.
Quietly, and I like it. I mean, they declined his 50-year option as well, so he's also playing for a contract. I wouldn't mind giving him another, maybe a 2-year deal to see what else he can do with this defense. He's improving. So, the first drive, it looked like it was just too easy for the Broncos, but they got it together, and it seemed like that block punt by Max Crosby gave that defense life, because they came out and was on fire in the second half. And
I'm sure Monty Carlson was pissed off because he missed that kick.
Yes.
He was like, you know what? And he only made up by.
All he did was just come back and bang a 57-yarder after that.
A 57-yarder, a new career high for Monty Carlson.
Yeah, just made it look easy. And then Devontae Adams. I mean, leading the league in receptions. He has 10 of those things.
We know who we thought. We 32 fourth quarter overtime comeback wins, which again, I keep asking this question. You want to get rid of him? Who's going to be your quarterback? Jared Stone. You're gonna put.
I'll tell you what. I'm okay with them if they want to draft a quarterback. That's fine. Go for it. But it does not need to be in the first or second round. It can be in the fourth. If that's the route you're going to go. But if the way we should draft, we should get a nose tackle.
Oh, save my guitar.
Somebody should be next to Max in the middle, not an edge. We need a force in the middle, so to make life. I mean, Max is going to get his. I mean, I think he has 9 sacks. Out of the 12 we have, he has 9 of them. So, but I was very impressed. It looked kind of ugly early, but they woke up. The energy was there. I love how they played, but now it's going to be tough because I believe we go to the 12 Sunday.
Yes.
We're going to be in up there, so another hostile environment.
Yes.
But I think we can get to Geno Smith. We definitely got to stop that running back they got now, and know where Lockett and Metcalf is at all
Mr.
times.
Walker. Yes.
And know where Lockett and Metcalf is the whole time, and play with the same energy they played in Denver, and continue to run the ball. But very impressive win yesterday for the Raiders. I'll take it.
Well, it's a big win, and of course, anytime you can jump the Broncos, in the division and be out of last place, it's always a good thing. Now we come to tonight.
Here we go.
To where
now you give us the keys to your team.
As my team has invaded Mexico City, mariachis, sombreros and all, and a whole bunch of. First things first. Thank you, El Mariachi. First things first. Kyler Murray, hamstring, will not play. Colt McCoy gets the start for the Cardinals tonight. With that said, though, the last time Colt McCoy got the start against the Niners, he torched the Niners in our house and blew us out. So do not take Colt McCoy lightly. Yes, he's not going to throw the ball deep, but he is still accurate. He is still efficient. So the Niners have got to take care of business. They've got to get to him.
I think they will.
Dust off his timing with the defense. And again, just play like you have in the last 3 weeks. Garoppolo, take care of the football.
Yes.
Utilize McCaffrey.
Yep.
Utilize Elijah Mitchell.
Yep.
Let Bosa and Drake Jackson do their thing. And of course, for Colt McCoy, he has to know where Talanoa Hufanga is at all times because number 29 is
a baller.
Starting to become Troy Polamalu Jr. And he's been tremendously balling his tail off.
And matter of fact, speaking of Polamalu, his nephew had a very good game for the Raiders yesterday. He made some stops. He was number 20 on the for us. He was out there making some decent stops out there. So yeah.
So just some breaking news. Clay, Dre, Steph not playing against the Hornets.
So they're giving us that
load management.
Load management.
Yes.
Man, where's Kobe Bryant when you need him, man? Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Mamba. What's load management?
Soft.
That's it. But
that's all there is to it.
I would say this about the game tonight. If it's working, Kyle, don't go from it.
Don't go away from it, please.
If it's working, don't stop it. Let them backs win that game for you and take it off Jimmy's shoulders. Because if it has to become the Jimmy shoulders, I don't like the chances.
All right. So in addition to that, DJ Humphries, offensive lineman for the Cardinals, he's out. Byron Murphy Jr., quarterback, he's out. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, he's on injury reserve. Of course, Kyler Murray's not playing. DeAndre Hopkins is questionable. We will find out. He's a game time decision. Eric Armstead still out. Samson Ebicom is questionable. That's the injury report for this particular game here.
Well, it sounded like the Niners should go in there and just take care of business. But we all know you still got to play the game to the clock.
They should,
0.
but and not to mention that it's also a division game, and you know as well as I do how division games go sometimes. So the Niners should take care of business, but
they should.
We shall see. Again, it's a very huge contingent of Niner fans in Mexico City compared to the Cardinals. But one thing to look out for in this game is the altitude.
Yep.
What people don't understand is in Estadio Azteca, which is the soccer pitch in Mexico City, first off, seats over 100,000+, number one. But number two, the altitude is higher than Denver, Colorado's.
Yes.
By about 2,000 more feet, and I actually get the actual altitude for you because
really
that's
pretty high.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And the Niners were smart to go practice in Colorado State, Colorado, in the altitude there.
Smart. It's
official.
Smart,
Its official capacity is 87,503, but it can seat well over 100,000 in that stadium.
That's too many people.
Well, yes, that is. So I'm trying to find the actual altitude for it. Okay, so it's 9.5 meters below ground level.
Yikes!
That we do know.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is, but
that is a lot.
Yeah. So Definitely have the oxygen masks ready.
Oh, they will have the tanks out there, extra on deck for sure. Yeah. The breathing tubes will be used.
Okay. So, as we're nearing halftime between Wales and USA. So, with that said, it is an altitude of 2,200 meters, which translates to 7,200 feet above sea level. That's 2,000 feet more than Denver, Colorado. So we'll just,
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of tired. It's gonna be some. The whole roster might get some work today.
The football, yeah, yes. The Colossus El Coloso de Santino Ursula, the Colossus of San Ursula, and of course El Tiempo del Fútbol Mexicano, the Temple of Mexican Football, as they call it, Estadio Azteca, right in the heart of Mexico City. So again, the record attendance was, of course, a soccer matchup between Mexico and Brazil in 1968, which was 119,853. That's too much people for a soccer match. And of course, the legend, Julio Cesar Chavez, fought before a capacity crowd of 132,247 for a boxing match. And that's, yes, 132,000 in a boxing match. I would have been scared to go to the bathroom.
Right? I mean, I see the revenue in that, but Jesus. Can you imagine the cleanup after? I can imagine the cleanup after a soccer game. Holy shit. That's a lot.
Well, I hope they would be getting paid plenty of pesos, because that is
you would definitely have to overpay your workers for that. That's a lot of people.
Yeah. Of course, they hosted the 1970 World Cup and the 1986 World Cup. Of course, the hand of God goal by Diego Maradona for Argentina. And it is halftime in Qatar as USA leads Wales 1-0. So now, very quickly, we're going to go pick our games for week number 11, or week number 12, I should say, as it is Thanksgiving week in the NFL. And again, not counting tonight's matchup, my brother's 39-29, so week 11 helped him big time with the 3 upsets that he picked and getting the wins in those. And of course, I fall 2 games behind him, as I am 39-31. Of course, that is not counting tonight's game between the 49ers and the Cardinals,
which we both picked the Niners
in Mexico City, Mexico. So, week 12, of course.
Let's go.
Starting with Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving tradition. So, in a sense, the Bills will stay in Detroit because they're playing in Detroit. So it's the Bills and the Lions to get it started at 9:30 a.m. I'm going to take the Bills, but again, the Lions have come in playing good football. They've won 3 in a row. I won't be surprised if the Lions pull off the upset, but I'm still going to ride with the Bills circling the wagons. Even though I am representing Michigan with the Bob's Big Boy shirt. Of course, famous restaurant originated in Michigan, so there we go. But
damn, I'm going with the Bills too. I'm going with the Bills.
Of course, the middle game, division matchup, 7-3 versus 7-3. A rematch from week 2, which the Cowboys got the win over the Giants on Monday night, which was a very competitive game. Cowboys have defended home turf well. They're 4-1. The Giants 3-1 away from the Meadowlands. So this is a very entertaining game. I think it'll come down to the defense, and I think it'll come down to which running game is more established. Will it be Saquon Barkley, or will it be Tony Pollard and Zeke? But with that said, I'm going to ride with Cowboys just because of Micah Parsons. I think he's the factor. But again, it will not surprise me one bit if the Giants do pull off the upset. But like I said, you cannot be the Cowboys that just went to Minnesota, thrash the Vikings, and laying egg against the Giants. I don't think they will, but I'm picking the Cowboys in a close one. I think it may come down to a Maher game-winning field goal at the end. I'm picking the Arlington Cowboys over the East Rutherford Giants.
Well, the Cowboys are not supposed to really lose on Thanksgiving, right?
Normally. But they did last year. To your football team in overtime, yes.
I think the Giants are going to come in there and give them a good game. Even though I'm going against moral because as a married man, I am supposed to pull for the Cowboys. But I think the Giants might have enough defense.
You're going East Rutherford?
I'm going East Rutherford.
East Rutherford.
I love their coach, man. And I just think he's going to have them. I think that he's going to have them prepped for this game.
I do as well.
I think I hear you with Michael Parsons, and you know what? Should not go against that Dallas defense because it's tremendous and they fly. But I just think the Giants, some way, somehow, make this a game, and if it's close, I think they can pull it out. So I'm gonna ride with East Rutherford on this one.
And I don't disagree with you because I think the Giants can come in there and win because I mean I'm pretty sure Brian Dabble will have that group ready to go because I'm pretty sure he did not like the way they performed against the Lions, especially at home. So yeah.
And they played the Eagles tough. So
yes, they did.
So I can believe that they can. It's going to be a slugfest. It might be a defensive battle. Who knows? But I believe that if it's close, I believe he'll have that team fired up.
The nightcap of Thanksgiving. The Vikings at home entertaining the Patriots. And the question is, who's going to be the quarterback for the Patriots? Will it be Bradley Zappi? Will it be Mac Jones? The Patriots defense, as we said, has been playing tremendous. You really never go against the hoodie, but I think the Vikings will bounce back because I don't think you want to be embarrassed for 2 straight weeks at home, especially on national TV being the big game on CBS and you're being on NBC tonight. I'm going to go Skull. I'm going to pick the team in purple. I think the spirit of Prince will make a huge contribution, and the Vikings will go crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm a ride with Lake Minnetonka. But I wouldn't be shocked if Bill Belichick just does Bill Belichick.
Neither would I. All right. So now, the thick of the schedule in Week 12. Buccaneers off the bye week, hosting the Browns. Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bucs.
Even though I want the Dog Pound to win.
Yeah.
Brady off the bye week normally spells disaster for most teams.
Agreed.
Huge AFC matchup. Rematch of last year's AFC divisional round game between the Bengals and the Titans. This is going to be old school AFC football. Tough matchup.
Both running backs are going to be.
I normally don't do this.
I believe both running backs are just going to just do what they do. This is a tough one.
But I'm going to ride with the defending AFC champs to get the upset again in Nashville. I just am. Joe Burrow just seems to be unfazed. I'm going with Cincinnati.
Man, give me Derrick Henry, man. I'm going King.
He's going with the Titans.
Going with the Titans, man. Let's go. I think they got this one.
But I think that will be a damn good game. I
believe so.
Dolphins off the bye week. They're at home against the Texans.
Dolphins. Easy Dolphins.
Well, Intriguing matchup. The Bears.
The Bears.
To the Meadowlands against the Jets. I know the Jets will play great defense, as they have been all year. But right now, Zach Wilson is struggling mightily. And again, Justin Fields has been playing lights out. This time, I think the Bears will finish. I'm going the Bears. I'm going with Ticka.
Yeah, I'm going the Bears. The defense might show up for the Jets, but yeah, I agree with you about Zach Wilson. He's not seeing the field right now. Just it's almost like he's having a rookie year all over again. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I think Justin Fields finds a way to get it done. So yeah, let's go with the.
Now this game is really, really intriguing. The Falcons and the Commanders. The Commanders playing some good football. The Falcons getting it done. Still has a chance in the NFC South. But you know what? I'm going hail to the Commanders. Even though hail to the Redskins sounds better, but I'm riding with Tyler Heineke. I just am. I just am. And the fact that you don't have one of your main targets in Kyle Pitts, that's going to be tough for Marcus Mariota to overcome. I'm going Commanders.
Yeah, give me the commies. I mean, like I said, I'm not going against. They seem to get it right with Heineke, and they play very, very hard. So yeah, give me the commies.
But also, shout out to Cordero Patterson, becoming the all-time kick return touchdown leader. And he, by the way, broke it by going 103 yards.
Just makes it look easy.
That's all I'm going to say. Not going to waste too much time on this one. Broncos and Panthers, I'm taking Denver.
Really?
Even though, do you trust Baker Mayfield to beat the Broncos in that defense?
No, you're right. Broncos. Forgot who was out there playing QB.
Is Sam Darnold ever going to see the field again?
Probably not. That just sucks.
Intriguing matchup. Ravens go to do ball to take on the Jaguars. I'm still picking Baltimore to win the game, but
Same.
I do think Jacksonville will make it close. And you know what? I'm calling a Justin Tucker walk-off. This just seems like the game that Justin Tucker just comes in and boots a 50-plus yarder at the end of the game to win.
I agree. Yeah, I got the Ravens with that. Lamar Jackson, just give me points.
All right. Chargers go to the desert to take on the Cardinals. Depending on if Kyler Murray is playing, I don't know.
I'm still taking the Chargers on that
one. But of course, me being an Iron fan, I need the Bolts, so I'm taking the Bolts.
Yeah, I don't want the Bolts to win, but I just believe they'll get it right against the Cards.
Well, once upon a time, these two played the highest scoring game in the history of Monday Night Football at the old Mausoleum at the Coliseum. Even if they have Stafford, I don't see the Rams beating the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
Oh, no.
Especially with no Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. Chiefs. Jeez.
I'm just going to say this because I'm just going to say it. Yes, I am picking your team because my team is in a pennant race in the AFC West. So, yes, I need your Raiders to beat the Seahawks in Seattle. Can it happen?
I'm going to actually pick them to win this one as well. Not just by what if they can take that same energy from Denver and just play the same way, it'll be a close game. You know, Geno's going to – if we can just make Geno be Geno, contain the running back, and know where Lockett and Metcalf is, I think we'll be okay. We got to tackle, though. Definitely got to tackle. And let JJ be great. So I'm gonna ride back with my team on this one. They're still in the doghouse slightly, but I'm taking the Raiders.
I think Devontae is going to thrash that Seahawks secondary.
He should.
I just do. I just do. I mean, other than Quandre Diggs, who's on that secondary?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he is leading the league in receiving TDs.
That is true. I don't think there is a Sunday night game.
No, is this the week off?
No, there's a Sunday night game. Yes.
Okay.
All right. My team back at home playing the Saints. An old AFC NFC West rivalry, but of course I'm picking my team to defend on turf. Even though the Saints defense is very good, but again, I don't think Andy Dalton is going to get off against this defense.
I agree.
So of course I'm picking my team.
I'll write that one. I just don't see they won't be. He won't have time. He won't have time.
No. Okay, so I got the Packers and Eagles game wrong. They're the Sunday night game, not the Monday night game, and we'll get to the Monday night game in a second. But the Packers go to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Packers 4-7, Eagles 7-1. Again, until someone proves me wrong, I'm going to fly Eagles fly.
Agreed. Got Philly.
And Monday nights.
Here we go.
From the Big Horseshoe, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts play the Eagles tough. Pittsburgh had a chance to sweep the Bengals. It's indoors. I'm not going to pick Jeff Saturday over Mike Tomlin.
I was thinking the same thing.
I can't do it.
I can't do it. I don't think Mike Tomlin will get outcoached by Jeff Saturday. I don't see Mike Tomlin getting outcoached by a 30-year-old OC. Steelers. Close. The Colts will play tough. Don't get me wrong, but I believe that Mike Tomlin has way more coaching experience than he did. Yeah.
All right. So I am 2 games back in the loss column. Of course, that's not counting tonight's game. So the Titans Bengals and the Giants Cowboys is going to determine if my brother keeps the 2-game lead or we be in a tie. So just to recap for week 12, we both like the Bills.
Yep.
He likes the Giants. I like the Cowboys. We both like the Vikings. We both like the Bucks. He likes the Titans. I like the Bengals. We both pick Miami. We both pick Chicago. We both pick the Commies. Both pick Denver, Baltimore, Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders, Niners, Eagles, and Steelers. So, Titans and Bengals, Giants and Cowboys will decide who comes in the first place in Week 13.
Here we go.
And on a side note, some history was being made. Olivia Pichardo of Brown University, a freshman and a female, is the first female baseball player to be on an NCAA Division I roster. So kudos to you, young lady. Hope you play well. And yes, Brown University, I believe, is an Ivy League school, if I'm not mistaken.
It is. Correct. Agreed.
Still 1-0 USA as the second half is going to get started in the World Cup. So we'll keep you dibs on that, but that's a tremendous story. But as we said earlier, now you and I know, everybody knows that me and Mizzle are huge fans of the Sweet Science boxing. And again, I pledge to you, Earl Spence Jr., Bud Crawford, if Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis can come together and put a fight that we've also wanted to see together.
Yeah.
Earl, you get your representation. Bud, you get your representation. Y'all lock yourselves in a hotel conference room. Get whatever food, water, snacks you need. Stay in that damn room until you get a freaking deal done.
Yes.
And give the fight fans what they want. We want this fight. We need this fight. as my brother would say, get your shit together.
Please do. Please. That's all.
Get your shit together.
That's all one can ask for.
That's all we want.
For a good match. That we know it's going to be a good match.
But also, we've already done this, but we just want to say again, we know she doesn't watch the show, but she's a huge, big supporter of us. Mom, again, happy birthday. We love you. Hope you had a fantastic birthday. And to many more trips around the sun.
Yes. And also our nephew, whose birthday was yesterday.
Yes. His birthday was yesterday. 8 years old. He was just born yesterday, I swear. Kid is full of energy. Man can't stay still for nothing.
Indeed.
But to our little big brother and to his son and our nephew, Declan, happy birthday.
Oh, yes.
Hope you had a fantastic day yesterday. Looks like he did. And here we go. Final countdown for me, for yours truly. I am on the last.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm on the last 21 days.
Here we go.
In the decade of my 30s, as I'm 21 days away from joining the 40/40 Club.
Wow.
And I definitely look forward to it.
Indeed.
As I've said, Mizzle and I have known some very, very damn good people that never got to 30, let alone 35, let alone 40. So, in this stage, I mean, I've always been a very reflective individual. Even more so now as I'm going into the 4th decade of life, God willing. But yeah, I'm just very appreciative and grateful, and just, as they say, let the good times continue to roll. So with that said, this has been our Thanksgiving edition of the Mizzle Dub Show. So we hopefully, first of all, we hope that you have a fantastic Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Wherever you're spending it with. Unfortunately for me, it'll be a normal day of work.
Oh, same here. I gotta go to work too. So
at least I'll get in at least 2 football games.
Yeah.
As I leave at 2 p.m. But no matter where you spend it with or who you spend it with, be safe.
Yes.
Get plenty of food.
Yes.
Enjoy the Thanksgiving leftovers.
Yes.
Whatever it is that you may have.
Oh, yes.
Enjoy the time with your family, friends, and loved ones. And if you have a Friendsgiving, enjoy that too.
Yes.
As we are heading towards playoffs in one sport, football, getting in the playoff race, getting in the thick of things, basketball just starting on the college side and the pro side.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, winter is barely fast approaching. So again, any subject you want us to cover, feel free to leave us in the comments. We thank you for subscribing. We thank you for watching. He is Mizzle. I am Dub. And as always, it is 5 o'clock. Some damn where.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for this edition. We will see you on the next edition, the post-Thanksgiving edition of the Mizzle Dub Show.
Oh, yeah.
And one more time, since we are in Mexico City. Viva Mexico! Let's go 49ers. Do not embarrass yourself in Mexico City.
Mariachi. That's right.